Hey Yahi, if this video showed up for you and you're going through some things in life, some things that really make you feel down, depressed, hopeless and helpless, and this is truly a sign from Allah, bro. For you will not find any video out there better than this when it comes down to dealing with mental health struggles and achieving true happiness. Because all of what you're gonna hear comes from the first-hand experience of a young man not too different from you. Me? You know, for as long as I can remember, I've talked about and preached the importance of good mental health, of things such as mindfulness, things such as beautiful relationships and positive affirmations, because mental health is extremely important when it comes down to being successful. I place particular emphasis on positive affirmations because my self-image has always been this deteriorated version of myself. I've always seen myself as this lazy, unproductive guy, this failure, this let down to his family, this guy that makes empty promises to himself. And to become successful, I would have to overcome these limiting beliefs. Yet still, this past week, my mental health was some of the worst that it's ever been. I just had enough.
I have had enough!
I'd had enough of myself falling back into these old, destructive habits of myself, relapsing. And so I found myself going down this absolutely self-destructive, this self-inflicted mental harm type rampage, bro. But I would literally write down notes about every single thing that I hate about myself. What did it for me was, bro, no matter how many systems I put in place, no matter how many times I talk about discipline, and by the way, I talk about discipline in relation to mental health, discipline and self-improvement, because for a man, truly what you need to be happy is just a sense of achievement, of accomplishment, and progress towards something meaningful. That makes you happy. No matter how many times I talk about discipline and all these systems, these scientific tips on YouTube, I always found all these systems collapse. They all come crashing down to my feet. It never works, it's all hopeless. And then I said to myself, bro, there's gotta be something missing, man. Because there's no way that I'm doomed to be a failure. There's no way I'm doomed to be an addict. There's no way I'm doomed to not be a man of value for my family, because bro, I hope you understand that I'm an extremely ambitious man. I've got all these goals and aspirations to become this valuable man, a man that provides value to other people, to his brothers, to his siblings, to his parents, to you, a selfless man. But then this thought came to my mind, Ahmad, how do you intend on doing that when you're literally a loser? You see, all these demonic thoughts started to creep into my mind. And bro, you wanna see how bad it got? Take a look at these few screenshots on the screen, right? And keep in mind that I had to blur out a lot of these because there was some wild stuff in there about myself. I thought that just accepting this failure of myself, this letdown that I had become, this loser, this pathetic man that I had become, right? I'm saying all of these in quotation marks, right? That just accepting it would make me motivated to do good. But guess what? This negativity, it never worked. It didn't work. It was never gonna work. It was always bound to be counterproductive. Because guess what? This past week, my mental state only got worse. My discipline only deteriorated. My relationships with everyone that I loved only deteriorated. I got more and more complacent and fell into even more sin. And I thought to myself, man, I go to all this kuffar for all these scientific tips about all of this stuff to become disciplined, to have better mental health, to not be a failure. But how many times have I actually gone to Allah for it? Insignificant. How many times have I asked Allah to solve my problems? Insignificant. How many times have I asked Allah forgiveness? I don't even ask for more forgiveness than I commit sins, bro. Insignificant. This idea of a self-check was good, but I went too far with the negativity, talking absolute wild stuff about myself. Because the one thing about sin that I realized is your heart is sensitive to it. The more good you do, your heart brightens up, it fills up with nur, right? And the more sin you indulge in, your heart, it sinks, it darkens up, there's dark spots in your heart. And that leads to spiritual destruction and ultimately to mental health destruction. Your life is rock bottom. I said to myself, go to Allah, Ahmad. He was really and truly your only hope. Your only hope ever was Allah. Never to change. Allah probably wants me to be closer to Him, right? If you had any bit of sense in you, you would think that. You would think that Allah wants you to be closer to you. That's why none of these tips, other tips work. And the only solution you ever had was to come closer to Him, bro. Build a connection with him, which you've got none of. I said to myself, I need to get back into the positive growth mindset. This mindset that I was actually a good person and I was a good man. I'm not a bad human being. Because let me tell you, bro, the power of the mind is something not to be messed with. I said to myself all of these bad things and my life deteriorated. I said I was a loser. I became a loser literally over this onset of a week, bro. You know that phrase, the body achieves what the mind believes? Yeah, I'm never gonna mess with my mind in that way again, bro. The reason why positive affirmations work and the reason why these negative things about yourself, these wild claims about yourself also work is because of the mere phrase that the body achieves what the mind believes. So believe good of yourself to do good. So what if you relapse countless times? As long as you got that connection with Allah, which you're gonna make, right? You got nothing to worry about, bro. Are you just gonna give up? Now that would be pathetic. I'd basically given up all faith in myself with that negativity. What you need to do is have more faith in Allah. Build a better connection with Him. Ahmad, you're trying to get away from sin. Do so by getting closer to khair, i.e. your salah. Your salah, bro. Your salah. The hajjud, the Quran, your zikr. Your salah, man. I'm telling you, only when your salah is fixed up will these problems go away, because the underlying cause will go away. The underlying problem is the direct lack of connection that you have with Allah. Once you establish your salah, you have an anchor, bro. An anchor for your daily routine to hold on to and to fix itself. You fall less into sin. Because no matter how many systems you put into place, as long as there's no connection with Allah in you, bro, there's no accountability, there's no shame, you're always going to find yourself relapsing back into these old habits. You're always going to find yourself falling back into sin. And that's how you can tell that Allah simply wants you to be closer to Him, bro. And so for that reason, I came up with this two-step plan. This two-step plan that I will from now on implement, that I believe is the best way to move forward from this rut that I just got out of. And trust me, bro, I implemented this yesterday, the first day, alright? And I'm feeling a lot better immediately. Now remember, it's a two-step plan. The first step is more significant than the second one, right? And you gotta bear in mind that the systems you keep in place, keep them in mind and abide by them, right? Write them down, whatever you do. For example, that dopamine detox that I've got going on, right? All these systems, these accountability partners, which are my brothers, alright, the limited mobile phone time. Keep all of the systems in place. But this will only bear fruit if you implement this two-step plan. And the first step is build a direct connection with Allah. No matter what happens. Never give up on your salah, bro. No matter if you went to sleep last night really late because you were struggling with depression, you were struggling with some really bad stuff, you've got trauma, you've got whatever you got, bro, make sure to wake up for Fajr. Do not miss Salah. No matter at whatever cost, pray. Salam, bro. Ahmad back here with some extra value. I just got done memorizing Surah Al-Ma'arij with this meaning, right? I memorized the Quran with this meaning. Say mashallah, bro. And in this surah, Allah literally describes the characteristics of the ideal Muslim. Guess what He starts off with? He literally starts off by saying, الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَى صَلَاتِهِمْ دَائِمُونَ. Those who are consistent in the prayers, or those who are steadfast in the prayers. And guess what? He ends up by saying the exact same thing. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَى صَلَاتِهِمْ يُحَافِظُونَ أُولَئِكَ فِي جَنَّاتٍ مُكْرَمُونَ. Those who are properly observant of their prayers, or again, those who are steadfast in the prayer. These people will be held in honor in the gardens of bliss. So you see how important Salah is now, bro. Trust me, take care of your Salah and Allah will take care of you. Ma'asalam. Take care, yeah? I was listening to this YouTuber, this brother on YouTube, right? The Sunnah guy, you might have heard of him, right? And he was saying that if you really and truly want something bad enough, you will make sure to pray tahajjud for it. That's how powerful it is, if only you knew. And at the same time, Allah is saying, I come down to the lowest heavens at night just to ask from you what favors you want from me. Imagine being able to say that, oh man, no matter whatever depressing stuff happens in my life, whatever happens, whoever leaves, I've got my Salah with me. If I'm not disciplined, so what? I'm disciplined with the Salah. That's all I want. That's all I need. I can go ahead and talk to Allah directly. Imagine being able to say that. And by the way, Allah loves people. He loves people who repent again and again. And thinking about that exact statement, I wrote down a note on my phone. I said, bro, You commit sin so many times. Why don't you ask forgiveness for every single time and more? So that you get away from it, so that Allah loves you more. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, he whose salah does not hold him back from sin has no salah, which means he has no direct connection with Allah. So focus on salah, focus on the direct connection with Allah, with the zikr, with the Quran, and learn Quran with the meaning, bro. Trust me, just open up Quran.com on your phone, on your laptop, right? And when you're memorizing Quran, you gotta memorize Quran, bro. People go 40 years of their life and haven't added a single verse from the Quran to the memory. How sad is that, bro? You've lost the entire purpose of life, the meaning of life away. Then what have you really gained? Memorize the Quran with the meaning. Open up Quran.com, put the meaning on there, right? Just read through the meaning and then memorize the surahs, memorize the ayahs, right? And trust me, that makes it so much easier. Your recitation becomes so much better, and you're so mindful of the meaning that it gets so much more sensational, bro. 10 times better. Coming from experience, bro. Say mashallah, yeah? And coming back to the hadith from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, bro. If you have your 5 prayers in place, you will see yourself drifting away from disgusting habits. You will say, oh no, I gotta pray, I can't be doing that, bro. And that is what we need. That direct connection with Allah, that accountability, bro. And that only comes from praying. How do you get closer to Allah? By praying. How do you get closer to Allah? Zikr. How do you get closer to Allah? Tahajjud. Ask Him. I said to myself, bro, I'm gonna start praying tahajjud every single day from now on. At least 2 rak'ah. At least 2 rak'ah after Isha. Go ahead, actually ask Allah for it, bro. Actually ask Allah for whatever problems you're facing in life. You're depressed, go actually ask to Allah, bro. How many times have you done that? And then you ask me why you're an addict. And step number 2, focus on your purpose. Your purpose is essential for you to live a fulfilling life. Your purpose is basically the value that you can provide to other people and ultimately benefit yourself in a way. You need to journal about it. You need to think. Literally sit in front of a wall and think. Whatever comes to mind, write down. What do I like doing? What can I do better than others? That is your purpose, because that is exactly what you're going to base every single day of your life around. Because that leads to self-improvement. And self-improvement leads to better mental health. That's what we want, don't we? For me, I found out that my purpose, what I can do better than others, is become a leader, a selfless leader. For the people that I love, for the community, for you. And then I thought, in my immediate environment, the problems that need solving are my brothers. What I can focus on to achieve my purpose is to focus on my brothers. And so I thought, okay, let me put more time into them. Let me leave all of the stupid time that I spend, that I say, oh, I realized I'm wasting time, I'm being unproductive. Well, you're not being unproductive if you're your brothers and you're actively focusing on them, right? So that's what I thought to myself. I said, okay, I will teach them. I'll spend time with them. I'll teach them about school, studying. I'll teach them about exercising. I'll teach them to become more articulate, to communicate better. Once I start spending time with them, I'll find out more problems to solve. And to be a problem solver is to be a really good leader, bro. That's what I want. Focus on them. For me, right? Even if you feel like you're not doing the most for your own success, spend time with them, because that feeds into your purpose. And as a byproduct, as a mere byproduct of them becoming more disciplined, you will become more disciplined via accountability and shame, which is a good thing here. And so now, bro, trust me, just focus on this 2-step plan, and then all you can do is just be patient, have sabr, be patient, trust the process, trust the plan of Allah, bro. And just watch how your mental health goes. Ropa. You won't even need David Goggins and his dumb motivation. You don't need Andrew Huberman and his scientific tips. You don't need none of that. You just need Allah, bro. Your heart aches for Allah. Allah simply wants you to be closer to Him. That's all you needed, bro. And by the way, if you feel like you related to this young man that you just saw, right? You feel like you related to his message, you related to his stories. Well then, bro, you can sign up to my free newsletter. It's linked down in the description, and I will send you actionable steps that will hold you accountable and keep you on the path to self-improvement, on the path to become the best version of yourself. And if you want personal help with struggles that you're facing in your life, well, I provide you one-on-one coaching, bro. That's gonna be the first link in the description. Take care, man. I wish you the best in your self-improvement journey, and I wish a better connection with Allah for you, bro, because that's the only way forward. That's the only hope we've got, bro. And just remember, Allah does not let anyone down. So turn to Him, not to these people online, these gurus online, selling you this false dream of this tip, that tip, all of this stuff, right, bro? Take care, man. Ma'asalam.